bear grip. The left palm faces outward with the thumb pointing down. The right thumb faces upward with the palm facing in toward the chest, the heart. The fingers connected, curled and hooked together to stimulate the heart and intensify concentration. Close the eyes. Look inward. Connect with your flow of breath, a natural, rhythmic flow of breath. Feel yourself rise up as you take in the breath and experience surrender as you let go of the breath. Unclench your teeth, unfurrow your brow. Relax the neck and throat muscles and soften around the shoulders whilst continuing to stimulate the heart with the bear grip. And then open the eyes and release. So beginning in a comfortable position, whether that's seated on a chair, kneeling, using a cushion, cross-legged, or with your legs outstretched, just to take a moment or two to bring yourself to a state of calm composure, preparing for the challenging postures ahead. Challenges can be seen as stumbling blocks or as stepping stones, depending on whichever way you look at them. Today's session is going to require that intense concentration, that connection with the heart. Ensure, however, that the breath remains rhythmic, full, complete during the positions. Be honest with yourself. If a position does not feel right, then it might be that it is not suited for your physical self and that you don't find that connection with the practice of it. So have an honest view regarding that. You might like to watch through the sequence of moves first before joining in. Watching through allows your mind to gain a vision, an imprint of what you will then be asking it to do. With that said, let's progress and get on with today's practice. So bring yourself round to your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Make the foundation of the position strong and aligned. Have the knees slightly parted and have the knees directly under the hips. Have your hands shoulder width apart, directly under the shoulders. Spread the fingers so that the surface area which is going to absorb your body weight is large. Press away from the mat so that you feel an elevating energy coming up the arms rather than a descending, crashing one. Nice deep breaths in and out as you scan the body, check on your position, your alignment. Give yourself the time to adjust and adapt. Think about the belly button and pull it back to support the spine. This will be crucial in the progression of today's practice. Nice deep breath in through the nostrils. As you exhale, relax in the left hip and swing the left foot to come between the two hands. Breathe in, then bring the body upright, the trunk of the body to elevate, to become like a column. Have your head and shoulders over your hips. Think about creating space from the hips up towards the waist, hips and waist up towards the chest, rising up. Let's turn the right toes under. Let's release the hands down beside us and then breathe in, take them out to the sides, bend at the elbows and bring the hands to rest at the back of the head. Maybe even using the thumbs to give a gentle massage into the neck. At no point do you want to be able to see your elbows in your peripheral view. If you're able to see your elbows, it means they've come forward and you're pulling on your head. You want to avoid that. So it's all about keeping your elbows in line with your ears and out of view. Take a nice deep inhalation, pull the belly button in towards the base of the spine and see if you can just rise off of that right knee and then lower. Breathe in, rise up, see if you can straighten that right leg. A nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, you're now going to rotate to the left. So your right elbow comes forward and your left elbow goes back. Breathe. Draw the right heel towards the wall behind you. Release the hands and open them out. And then bend, bring the hands back behind the head, rotate to the centre, lower, release the hands either side of the foot. And then release the left foot, coming back to tabletop position. Adapt, adjust in your foundation. Take a long breath in and out. And then, releasing in the right hip, breathe in and swing the right foot between the hands. It's like you're giving it a 180 degrees swing and it goes out to the side, which allows you to get that foot right up between the hands. If it doesn't happen straight away, again, non-judgmental on yourself. Just get your right foot in between your hands, however it feels most comfortable. And then a breath in as you rise up. Just place the hands onto the right thigh for now as you accommodate yourself into this level of the position. Let's turn those back toes under, release the hands by our side, breathe in, raise the hands up and then bend the elbows and place the hands into the back of the head and neck. Nice deep breath in as you have an upward pull to raise that left knee, exhale down. Breathe in, upward pull to raise that left knee and then to straighten through the leg. Draw the left heel towards the wall behind you. Ensure that your leading leg is strong and that your knee is over the heel of the foot. Nice deep breath in, create space, pull up internally. Exhale, take your left elbow forward and your right elbow back. Breathe. Release the hands. Unclench the teeth. And then bring the hands back behind the head. Return to a central position. Lower the left knee. Release the hands. A deep breath in, and then as you exhale, release the right leg back to tabletop position. Again, adjusting and adapting your posture, getting nice alignment, pulling the belly in to support the spine. checking in on any pockets of tension that you may have drawn into the body and then letting them go upon an exhalation. Let's breathe in, relax in the left hip and leg, and swing the left foot round between the hands. A nice deep inhalation as you raise the body. Let's breathe in, raise the hands in line with our shoulders, rotate and then bend the elbows and bring the hands behind the head. Breathing in, creating space, lifting, and then exhale, you're going to bring the right elbow forward and the left elbow back. Another breath in, creating further space in the trunk of the body, and especially lifting at the hips. And then as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward, bringing your right elbow outside of your left knee. You can use that elbow as assistance to rotate the body to the left. If you can release the hands so that the right fingers come down and the left fingertips rise up, and then bringing them back, pull the stomach in. As you return to an upright position, you release the hands either side of the leading leg, and then release that left leg and back to tabletop. Breathe in, relaxing your right hip. Swing the right leg 180 degrees so the right foot comes between the hands. Another breath in as you elevate up through the trunk of the body. Exhale and surrender into this level of the posture. Let go of any tension you may have drawn into your shoulders. Unclench your teeth. Remember that stimulation you gave your heart at the beginning in the bear grip to help intensify your concentration. Stay tuned into that. Breathe in, raise the hands, rotate the arms, bend the elbows. Another nice deep inhalation to create space. An upward lift both internally and externally. And then exhale and rotate to the right. Bringing your left elbow forwards, taking your right elbow back. Breathe in, create further internal space. Exhale, hinge forward and bring your left elbow outside of your right knee. Unclench your teeth. If you can release the hands so that the left fingers draw down to the floor and the right fingertips are up to the ceiling. And then return to that central position and release. Relaxing in the right hip as you come back to tabletop. Breathe in, and as you exhale, bring the buttocks to the heels of the feet. Allow the arms to draw alongside the body and take the fingertips in line with the toes and bring the forehead to the mat. Let go of the trunk of the body, of the muscles in the upper back, around the shoulders. Relax, surrender and breathe. Pose of a child, helping to replenish and restore, taking a couple of nice rounds of breath so that you draw in a fresh supply of oxygen into the blood. And then with that renewed vigour, breathe in and return to the tabletop position. We'll relax in that left hip. We'll take another breath in and swing that left foot in between the two hands. We'll draw up through the torso. We'll raise the arms up and bring them behind the head. We'll create space, especially deep down in the pelvis. We're lifting internally. Have the stomach rise up. It's almost like scooping it up. And then revolve the trunk of the body. Right elbow comes forward, left elbow back. And then you exhale and bring the right elbow outside of the left knee. Release the hands. See if you can bring those right fingertips right outside the left foot. Turn the toes under on the left foot, and with an upward pull, elevation, vital lift, raise the left leg. The right leg, bringing the right knee off of the mat. The left arm raises up to the ceiling. Unclench your teeth. Now if you can, rotate the left arm in its socket and stretch it over to where wall and ceiling meet. One round of breath. And then release. Coming out of the position with the focus and conscious control that you went in, and release the left knee back to tabletop. Now relaxing your right hip and swing the right foot between the hands. Rise up through the torso, finding your foundation, your firm foundation, giving yourself time to check on alignment. Breathe in, raise the hands and then bend at the elbows, bringing the hands to rest in the back of the neck. Remember, we cannot see the elbows. We want to avoid that. We need the elbows staying out in line with the ears. Let's rise up internally, pull pubis to navel. Exhale, rotate to the right, left elbow coming forward, right elbow going back. And then we'll exhale and take that left elbow outside of our right knee. And then can we release, bringing the left fingertips outside of our right foot and our right fingertips to the ceiling. And then we turn under the toes of the left foot, and with an upward elevation we straighten the left leg. We rotate the right arm in its socket and stretch it out over the ear so that the fingertips are reaching up to where wall and ceiling meet. Stretch down through the back left leg. A breath in, a breath out, and then release. Bring the left knee to the mat, release the leg so that the right knee comes back, and you find yourself once again in tabletop position. Let's widen the knees, bring the big toes to touch. A breath in, and then as you exhale, extend the buttocks back to the heels of the feet. Stretch the arms forward, lower the torso between the legs, and bring the forehead to the mat. Unclench your teeth, unfurrow the brow. Let go of any tension that you may have pulled into your upper body. And then pull the tummy in and walk the hands in towards you. Bring the knees together in a kneeling position, and if you need to use a cushion to put it underneath your buttocks and between the heels of the feet to give a bit of extra added comfort, then do so. Place one palm on top of the other, point of thumbs touching. Position of contemplation, a hand mudra of receptivity, being ready to receive. Close the eyes and take a breath in and out. Tune in and become aware of how you feel, both internally and externally. So as we've progressed through this continuous practice on a daily basis, we have interweaven the practice of the headstand. So we're going to continue with that now. If this is your first time watching this video and you haven't seen any of the days before, then I suggest that maybe you go back and start at the beginning or a little bit further back, so you can practice the foundation postures of the headstand. The headstand is known as the king of asanas. It's a full inverted position, and please do understand that if you have blood pressure issues, inversions are not particularly for you at this moment in time. So be careful when taking on board this practice. It's better to go back and see the journey that we've taken together. So, headstand. And we're going to make this into a little flow sequence, so it will really intensify our concentration and develop strong core muscles. Link the fingers. Place the hands out in front of you to make the triangle shape with your forearms and your hands. Your head is going to be supported within the cupped hands. Nice deep breath in. Take your time to connect with your breath and to find your posture. You're going to turn your toes under, breathe in and lift the buttocks. Be aware that already you want to have an increased sense of elevation. So as you're walking your toes in towards you, you get to the point where they just want to rise up. Draw your upper thighs in towards your chest. Bring your heels towards your buttocks and then start raising the thighs, bringing the knees towards the ceiling. So you want to have an upward lift, a pull towards the knees, having those heels drop behind you. Get your weight dispersing equally between your two forearms, your elbows, your upper arms, and then you're going to pull the tummy in and bring the thighs back towards the trunk of the body, keeping the heels of the feet close to the buttocks for now. And then slowly unfold. Toes come down, knees come down, turn the toes under, release the hands, and we return to child pose. We understand now we have a fresh new supply of rich oxygenated blood travelling, dispersing around our being, and we want the levels to regulate themselves. So we stay in child position as this takes place, and then we rise up, taking our time and ensuring that our stomach at all times pulls in to support the spinal cord, and that's what increases and develops core strength. Let's go again. Link the fingers. This time have the opposite index finger on top. Remembering the great thing about yoga is we are opening up both sides of our brain, which increases potential. Place them in front of you. Nice deep breath in as you lift your buttocks and take your head into place. Every step of the way you are continuing with your intense concentration. Unclench your teeth, let the breath flow, and have that upward elevation. So rather than crashing down into your elbows, forearms, wrists and hands and head, you actually feel yourself rising up. Slowly but surely you raise the legs and you feel like you are lifting into the toes. And then you will pull the stomach muscles in, draw the heels down towards the buttocks, bring the thighs close towards the torso, whilst you continue to focus. Have the breath rhythmically, smoothly circulating. Keep pulling the stomach in as you bring those toes back to the mat. Walk them away from you, knees down, turn the toes under and gently return to pose of a child. Fresh, rich, oxygenated blood supply dispersing all over the body, rejuvenating, revitalizing, replenishing everything about you on a cellular, molecular, organism level. And then we'll reset the bones of the spine, keep the chin close to the chest, and once the shoulders are over the hips, you can bring the chin parallel with the mat. Allow yourself to flip up into tabletop briefly, turn the toes to the side, bring your buttocks down, extend your legs along the mat. Using the stomach muscles again to lower your spine to connect with the mat. Get your chin close to your chest, tilt the pelvis so that the bones of the spine connect. And then once you are in your supine pose, have your heels hip width apart, let your toes roll away from each other. So the inner thighs will roll outward. Same with the arms, allow those arms to roll outward and away from the sides of the body. Backs of the hands into the mat, fingers curled naturally. Gently draw your chin towards your chest so that you lengthen the upper neck and you then rest centrally on the back of the head. Unclench your teeth and breathe. Tune in to the rise and fall of your chest and observe the synchronicity of the belly button and its activity. You will notice that the belly button rises with the chest and falls with the chest. Close the eyes, peel the tongue away from the mouth, the roof of the mouth. Allow it to float centrally in the mouth. The tongue will swell as it relaxes and will touch on your teeth. And follow your breath. Journey with your breath as it moves deep, deep inside you. It is in the internal self the realms of your internal self, that you are able to find serenity, tranquility, peace. Quieten the minds, surrender all thought processes, and simply breathe. And then you'll rub the the thumbs across the fingertips, bringing back the sense of touch. You can feel the material against your skin of the clothes that you wear. You lick your lips and swallow, sense of taste. Your acoustic sense of sound. Listen outside of the room that you are in. Sharpen your sense of sound. Listen for distant noises. Open the eyes, the sense of sight back in the room. And then a nice deep breath in as you draw the knees in towards your body. Give yourself a hug. And then release. Roll onto your side and then up into either cross-legged position, kneeling position, or with your legs outstretched, whatever feels most comfortable. Bring the hands together, palms of the hands to touch. Give thanks for your practice. Give thanks for the beat of your heart. Be grateful. And always remember, yoga is good for you.